Let's talk about the type of methods that you're going to use when it comes to remembering medical aspects. I used to spend a lot of time writing things, reading things again and again, and at the end of the day, you might remember something for that day, for the week after. Yeah, that works to some extent. It does work, but I learned over the time that it doesn't exactly become that functional knowledge, like the information that you can gather at a click, unless you can link it in some other particular way to real time situations. And it might seem impossible at the start, but with time, that link is actually possible. And even though it might take even hours. Sometimes there were times when it took me hours just to have the train of thought. Because in medicine, when you take a topic, you can have like maybe 10, 15 things, and then having to link that up with the clinical features, presentations, diagnosis. I mean, it's a great difficulty to navigate through that. And you could have headaches if you're not used to it. But I think the reward is somewhat good. After some time, you do get used to it. I think that's important not only to know that happens, but also to let other people know that that is something that happens. No one told me that. They just tell you this and that, but these are things what needs to be put forward. Because these things would have really given me some kind of hope. Right, so at that time, it really sometimes felt hopeless. Learn, forget, and then redo the same thing. Yes, it is good. Learning and forgetting, yes, is part of it. But if you are forgetting too frequently, it is going to be difficult. You need to fix that. And the only way to fix it, when there's a lot of information, is to be as practical as possible and to know the foundation really well. Because whatever the case, then you can return to the foundation. I hope it's not confusing, but if you look at the way that I have presented most topics, it's not just a straight out list. Perhaps the first few times that I learned it might have been, but that's where I made the mistake. But I will not be making that again, so whatever the case, take it, understand it, treat it like it's an object that is very practical. Only when you do it will you see the small details that you have missed.